This is it. Nice. Oh, hey guys, welcome to Adapted, episode 93. My name's Tristan, and joining me this week we've got Jason, Chad, and Sweener. What's up, guys?
What's up, dudes?
Big week.
Is it a big week?
I don't know.
Huge week, dude.
What are you guys excited for this week?
I don't know. We got Batman to talk about, Batman to talk about, Batman to talk about.
A lot of Batman going on, huh?
Zombies.
And we're back to Han Solo.
And we're not even talking All-Star Batman number 2 until next week, so we've got more Batman for you next week, too.
Did that come out already?
It came out today, so
Came
we'll
out
talk
today.
about it next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited to talk a little Walking Dead universe as we await the new season of The Walking Dead coming next month. In the meantime, we've got Through the Walking Dead to distract us for a few more weeks. And we're on episode 11.
I feel like truer words have never been said, dude. This is simply a distraction.
It's a distraction. But yeah, we're on episode 11, Pablo and Jessica. As we're still split up the stories here. We've got the hotel, and then we've got Nick's little, wherever he's at, Nick's hood. But yeah, the hotel.
Utopia.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Love Island over there.
Jeez. Focusing on the hotel first, as they showed like how Madison and Strang got out of their sticky situation that they were in last week with the walkers surrounding them around the bar and everything. I thought their breakout from there would be a little bit more exciting, action-packed, yes.
Thriller.
I thought you were going to be so pissed about the way they broke out of that.
Well, I said last week that I was already bummed seeing in the previews, like, they're going to show how they got it. I knew they were going to let me down. And they did.
It's like, I feel like in one season, they've already learned what it took, like, Rick and company, like, 7 seasons to figure out that if I just smear some Walker blood on me.
They pulled the blood card again.
That's what I thought you were going to be so upset about, and the fact that they just barely put any blood on it. It's just like here and there, which I'm fine with, but I know that gets you guys all worked up. I think it's okay that they know how to do this, right? Because it's like different parts of the world. They learn different skills quicker than other people. Like, you don't expect everybody to learn everything at the same curve. That's kind of ludicrous.
They're just overusing it.
Well, it's like the one thing they got, right? Like, it's the only thing they all know works. So, like, why wouldn't you use it every day?
Instead of just, like, blending in with the walkers?
I don't know. If I knew I could blend in and not have to, like, risk fighting a walker, I would be like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, me too. I'd be.
Well, what are you going to do? I don't know what they're going to do when they're actually faced with actual dangerous situations from human beings, because they're not going to be able to just wipe blood on them and blend in with walkers then, because humans will kill them.
Well, I mean, I feel like they've already had some dangerous interactions with people. Some of them have fared better than others, I guess.
They should probably be dead by now.
I guess the real question is, dude, like, so as we watch this, and Nick is in Utopia, and the rest of the band is held up in the hotel, it's like, I think the bigger thing is, like, I think I'll be really upset if somehow Nick and company get back together, you know? It's like, the odds are so impossible that it would happen that if it does happen, I think I'd be upset.
I mean, they're going to cross paths eventually. I would think it's going to be a long time. Hopefully it's a long time. It sounds like Madison wants to set up camp at the hotel. Their whole ingenious plan, which another thing that they're borrowing from The Walking Dead, which Walking Dead took, 6 seasons until they figured out how to lure a herd and control a herd somewhat? After the, 18th episode maybe total for Fear the Walking Dead, they go, yeah, we can lure this herd off the pier.
Well, I don't know what that says for The Walking Dead. Maybe they're just a bunch of idiots.
I think they're just stealing storylines, what they did in The Walking Dead over here, because they don't have anything else original to do. It's my guess.
I don't know.
Or at least how I feel.
I just think different people learn different ways. Like before, I said, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know, maybe there's some skills we're not looking at the people from The Walking Dead that they picked up early that these people haven't picked up yet. I'm sure there's like a little bit back and forth between everybody.
I mean, the people from The Walking Dead were looking at their first season, couple cops, very skillful, very talented with what they can do with defending themselves.
I mean, I'm not going to talk shit on police officers, but like every cop has a different set of skills.
Meaning that they're trained. They're trained for combat in some ways.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Not to hurt people, but...
Well, they learn that later. Like 6 years. Meanwhile, through The Walking Dead, they have a guidance counselor that was able to do it. So,
yeah,
I guess.
Fight for survival. I like to think I'd be able to whoop some ass, but...
Yeah, me too. I like to think I'd be able to do some things that...
You never know until
you guys would never expect that I can do.
They kind of dropped the ball on the whole, like, Ophelia just being taken out of the story really quickly.
Yeah, she's just, like, gone.
I mean, I was confused last week. Like, is Ophelia with some of these people or not? And then they're just like, oh, yeah, the car's gone. And Ophelia left. She didn't want to hang out with us anymore.
Yeah, like, nobody was really... They're like, she's gone, man. It's her choice, you know. She decided that she wanted to leave. And I'm like...
I think she's going to be the bridge between everybody getting back together somehow. Because she's going to have this car, and she's going to run into somebody, and then she's going to bring him to him, and then they're going to be like, oh my god, I know where Nick is, and then everybody's back together again. She's going to be the catalyst.
And then, I mean, let's seriously talk about Nick fucking minting pills with baby formula. Jessica finding out that her brother is dead. The boom boom room in the trailer.
Well, just Nick making those pills, like the sequence of events of how they shot that was really strange to me. I never expected to see something like that on a Walking Dead show, but they did it, I guess. It's just a weird way of how they directed that.
And it's like, Nick, if you know how to so expertly fucking make pills, why were you a junkie, like, in the church, dude? You should have been a junkie living in a mansion, dude.
Because he never probably wanted to, like, sell them, because he just wanted to use them. And then he didn't want to dwindle his supply by mixing with, you know, stringing it out, dude. So he would
I think it was
hit
a little grasping for straws to be like, oh yeah, one of my friends, he knew how to do this one thing.
Yeah, the other thing was, so it's like, all of a sudden, like, Nick is this totally transformed person with, like, all of a sudden he's playing with the kids and he's playing soccer and all.
And he got a new shirt. The new shirt is very important.
Yeah, and he's got new shoes too.
He did something Jessica Jones could never do. He got a new piece to the wardrobe.
It took 17 episodes.
And it's like, dude, how can I trust... Sorry, Nick is going to take those pills and deliver them without scamming like 20 of them off the top. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he walked into the situation already. He the whole reason he's helping him out is because he fucked him over in the first place. So now he's gonna go and do something equally shady, and they're gonna be like, "It'll be fine," because he feels sorry for screwing us over the first time.
I don't get why that pharmacist guy would allow it.
At the edge of humanity, no one is gonna be that forgiving. Like everyone is so paranoid. Like no one's gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? Go for it. What else we got?" No. I wouldn't let that guy do that.
Especially when it's a Mexican gang that we're about to chop his arm off for stealing like some Hostess cupcakes or something, whatever he took. But
yeah, you think they'd be upset that they're gonna have to take like 4 of those now to get the high that they were getting off of 1? Like they're gonna find out, you know, once they go through the batch of pills.
He said if you're a junkie, you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah,
because you're still gonna get the buzz. But I'm with you. I don't believe it.
Yeah, because you're not going to get the buzz that you're expecting. I mean, it's like an alcoholic. I mean, you're drinking bottles and bottles of alcohol because the one bottle doesn't do it anymore. You know,
I just don't get how drugs have become like such an important part in this side of the zombie apocalypse. Like they should be focused on survival and not trying to feed their addictions.
Well, I don't think they were trying to feed their addictions, right?
That's the funny thing about
the girl.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they just didn't know how to handle it, so then they were just like trying not to. Like, what are you gonna kill all these people that were addicted on drugs? Maybe it was like it's like a bad area where there's a lot of drugs. I don't know.
Most drug dealers, that's all they wanted in the first place during the regular world. That's all they're going to want in the end of the world.
Yeah, they're going to want
to, just to send themselves off to the fucking heaven or hell, or wherever they think they're going. Like, I mean, that's the mindset, dude. We're normies.
If like all you did was like, you know, you're a drug dealer your entire life, and now what are you going to do?
That's how you're going to survive,
You're going to be a drug dealer again.
It's just, I never thought this show would be like a crossover with Breaking Bad all of a sudden with the drug world.
I don't know. Like, if the apocalypse comes, like, what are we going to do? We're probably going to get up on a stage and like do a podcast for the people. We're just going to talk about current events.
We'll start up a radio station to all the people that can slowly get our station.
Yeah, it's like you just do what you know, man.
I guess so.
Survive.
I know, and as Sweeter mentioned, Nick and his lady friend are lovers.
Jessica.
She pulled a good test on him.
Yeah.
You. Oh, you were testing me.
I must have fallen asleep.
Thanks for not touching me when I was sleeping.
We'll talk. I'm just going to sit here and learn Spanish by reading the dictionary.
That's how you do it. I don't know if you guys know.
Why doesn't he just ask her to teach her Spanish?
Yeah, it's like, hey.
It'd probably be a lot easier.
Nothing but time, bro. Nothing but time.
You're in a little Mexican town, and some people speak English. I think they can help you.
I don't know. Maybe. It's tricky sometimes, right?
I guess he's just too proud to...
Yeah.
He wants to teach himself, I guess. I suppose.
And then all of a sudden, like, Alicia has the brainstorm. Madison is like Rip Grimes 2.0, where she's like, no, we're going to take a stand. We're either going to do this by ourselves or you're going to help us. And they're like, oh, you know what? We've only been trying to get these keys for 3 fucking months. Here you go. Take them.
I have no idea. I have no idea how Alicia's. I don't know if you want to call that a boat that she was in, trying to catch Madison, but going out there, they were entirely vertical, since the waves were.
Guy definitely gunned it at the wrong time.
I was like, oh, they're gonna flip over, and then all of a sudden they're just like floating on flat water.
I know. Well, once you get past the first couple breakers, that's how it is. But it's like, I was like, they're out there in their fucking skinny jeans. It's like, don't you think somewhere in the resort spa you might have found some shorts or something? Hey, don't you think maybe you might want to take a couple practice runs out there to make sure you can pick up Madison?
Why are you ribbing on the pants, dude? I wear pants in the summer.
That's the only thing Chad be equipped in
I
this
died, dude.
scenario.
I'll wear a shirt too.
Oh yeah, I will 100% swim in jeans. I've done it.
I ain't showing off these knobby knees.
Dude,
yeah, jeans.
I do remember one summer, many summers ago, when we went out to the lake, dude.
Oh yeah,
Jason.
I was rocking the shorts then.
We had to stop off at our local Kohl's to pick Jason up a swimsuit.
Don't wear shorts, dude. The only time I wore shorts was in that lake, and I think when I went to Mexico, man. Otherwise, fuck it,
He's still got those same shorts, dude. From
those things are great, dude. They got skulls.
They just go to Mexico on the vacation, dude. That's it. Well, hey, you should leave them there on vacation in case the zombie apocalypse comes. Some dude might need those shorts, you know.
It's very true.
It's kind of true.
Nobody's gonna need the shorts, dude.
I didn't totally buy that the walkers would continue funneling off that pier after Madison. I get like the first few, but like why would they continue going off that pier?
The sound. Right? The sound.
Yeah, she had the cowbell.
Yeah,
you know,
the cowbell.
It's just so weird, like how these. And I was gonna ask you guys because I'm having trouble like enjoying the show, and maybe I just like don't give a shit about zombies too much anymore. But it's just like I get really confused at like how they throw zombies in and what zombies know and what they can't know and what they don't know or what they can feel like. So like they're dressed up in the paint first of all, and like if they were dressed in the paint and they killed one, it's so weird because all the zombies would instantly turn around and
they would hear it, yeah.
But how would they know that was a human killing a zombie when they didn't even know it was a human in the first place? I get so confused by like how
think
smart
that they're
they
not
are.
covered enough in blood.
So like so you can't stealth kill a mob because they're smart enough to dissect who the fucking killer is, and also they're so good that they can funnel down perfectly on this fucking pier all together. Oh, don't push me, John! I'm gonna fall into the water.
Yeah, none are falling off the sides. They're like beautiful.
It was so uniformed, and like it's just a struggle for me to like really like enjoy like this zombie mayhem because it's so organized and it's so like clean. Zombies, like,
and I really thought there were only like 20 of them. I really thought there were 20 of those on the pier, and then they did like the overhead camera shot where it just like showed the entire.
It was the whole. It was like 17 floors, 3 buildings.
How did they round all those up without a single person being killed?
Or actually, it's like, dude, I've watched some westerns, dude. I've watched some John Wayne where they're like trying to herd cattle. All right. Hey, one guy always gets away, dude. How do they not have one walker, like, just, like, fuck it, I'm going over here?
Well, as we talked about last week, I really thought this week was the week that someone gets killed, dies. It could have been a really...
left.
Well, it could have been one of those new people that they introduced from Pablo maybe. Or
yeah, one of those people. Those are the people that are going to die, and it's going to be like, oh, cool, who gave a shit? I didn't know anything about Pablo.
Yeah, you ain't losing a fucking anybody important in this show.
Madison,
barely anyone important.
And that's another thing. I have no idea how Pablo kept his wife. So his wife got bitten, turned. How did he herd her up all the way up to the honeymoon suite? That is
all
amazing.
By herself.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
In a room where everyone's being attacked at the little reception hall. He
he bagged her, dude. Maybe he put a blanket over her, or just threw her.
They didn't show her. That is true. He could have done that. They've done some weird shit like that on the show before.
Right.
Throw a blanket over it, dude. She can't bite you through that.
I will give Fear the Walking Dead credit. It has made me a believer, which is something that nobody's been able to do for 7 years. I am going to go out and pick up the new iPhone because the battery life on that fucking phone is fantastic, dude. They've been in like a zombie apocalypse for how many months? And she's just like, oh, come on, walkers. Listen to some Britney Spears.
That is interesting. And they didn't show it like charging or anything?
I don't think they ever showed a cell phone before that in a long time.
Like, and dude, that iPhone must have the greatest. Maybe she had some Bluetooth speakers or something, because that thing must have really been kicking off some sound.
Maybe
Are we just a bunch of anal pretentious bitches, like where we just kind of Because I was like, do you really want to like have to watch a scene where she plugs in her phone and then like charges it? Like, do we?
Yeah, no, like I just like sometimes I let suspension. And
well, just eliminate the phone. Charged. Okay, you're 3-4 months in the zombie apocalypse, you can't have cell phones anymore. Just eliminate it.
But they have an Xbox in the regular Walking Dead.
Well, that's off a generator.
But he still has it. It's like you can't just eliminate phones, right? Like you never know.
No, but there's where are they getting power from?
Off the grid, baby.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Power bricks. Like I don't know.
I'm assuming that the power there's not a guy that's like spinning a crank 24/7 to get us on the.
You know what? I had a power charger that I took to E3 that was fully charged, and I hadn't touched it until this weekend, and that was like 3 months ago, maybe more. And it was a full charge. It was full.
So you never used it.
I had it sitting in my closet, and I was like, I was going on a long drive. So it's like I'll throw it in the car. Do I need to charge it? And I hit the button. And it had 4 blue things, which is like 20 phone charges on it.
Think again, this is back in 2010 also. I don't think those things were that well equipped back in 2010.
Well, I'm just saying it's possible. Like you're like throwing it out the window. That's not possible. But
but I'm just saying, like, how full of a charge do you have in standby mode, dude?
I'm also going to say, dude, the power should be on the grid still. Like, unless every power, station got nuked or bombed, it's not like zombies are going around headbutting.
Somebody's got to be there to make sure that
someone's got to press the button.
We saw in Creature.
Does your power go off in the middle of the night, and then the guy comes in at 6 a.m. and presses the button to turn it back on for you? It's always gone.
I feel like the power system can only run in Skynet free mode, dude.
Like the electrical grid is 24/7. There's nobody
before somebody's got to push some buttons and make sure shit's running all right.
You got Homer over there.
They've got to be getting the power from somewhere, dude. They've got to either be getting it from gas generators. Somebody's burning coal, dude. Nuclear power. Hey, nobody's.
What about the wind?
What
about the wind?
Turbines,
wind
baby,
power,
dude.
Wind generator.
this isn't fucking Denmark, all right, bro?
I'm just saying, guys.
Remember, we're in Mexico.
Can't be that
the desert.
Yeah, they barely have running water in some parts of the country.
Yeah, they didn't even want to stay at the farm, dude, because the water was going to give them Montezuma's revenge.
The one thing I don't want in the apocalypse, dude, is the shits.
You're gonna get it.
Let's close out this episode for The Walking Dead and go around and score it. Give our final scores.
How many Montezumas out of 5 are you getting this one?
Yeah, dude, I'm giving this. If we're talking Montezuma's revenge, I'm giving this 2 pair of clean underwear.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I didn't hate it as much as like nitpicky. It was okay. I'm just gonna give it a 3. It was fine. I really like the Strand stuff at the end. I really like that character a lot. Like I wish they'd focus more on him always. Like I wish everyone else would die and he would live and then go do his own thing.
Wait, I do have one more question, dude. So do we think? So did the doctor get bit by someone who wasn't dead yet? Because they were talking about they confused him as being dead when he wanted to go in and save him.
I think someone just bit him and it wasn't a walker. That's my prediction.
Too.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely BSing. You turn if you get bit by a walker.
Yeah.
But,
dude, 2 weeks left, guys.
Cynic.
What are you giving it, Chad?
All
right, we'll take that. Pretty much sums it up this season.
Thanks a lot.
That's all you get from me.
All right, I'm going with.
I don't feel like I could properly rate this show any longer, and then allow people to understand. But I just don't enjoy it, so I'm not doing anyone a justice who is mildly interested in this show because I just don't give a.
Yeah, it's kind of a terrible zombie show at this point, or just like it's just there. That's all I can say about it.
They're not doing anything that we want them to do.
It's not offensive.
It's just fucking frustrating.
It's
like
just not doing anything.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, why does this show fucking exist? Is where I'm at right now. There's
literally like 2 interesting people on this entire show, and the new characters they keep introducing are even less interesting than the previous ones, which is almost impossible. But it continues to just bewilders me what they're doing with this. Paco.
And it only gets ratings because it says Walking Dead.
It doesn't get good ratings anymore either, so.
That's true.
Well, Rizzoli and Isles is ended, I think. So.
Yeah.
There's a new king in town, baby.
Finale.
I'm going with 2 dead cell phones on this episode. Until next week for Fear the Walking Dead. As Chad mentioned, I think there's 3 episodes after this one. I think.
Oh, we go to 14? I thought it was 13.
I could be wrong.
2 too many. It goes till October for sure. So.
Yeah.
Oh, then it is 14.
It has the regular Walking Dead has not been spoiled yet, right? No one has spoiled the Negan death, and we're like mere weeks away.
You guys want me to spoil it?
Yeah. No.
Rick dies.
It is Rick.
No, it's gonna be Glenn, dude.
Has it been confirmed yet? Like no one's like
dude,
we all were worried.
Good for him, they would kill Glenn, dude, just to atone for their sins.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's funny. We were like just a couple weeks away, and we were like our whole point of hating the last season finale was that it was going to get leaked, and it has yet to be leaked, which is kind of impressive. And everyone here said, "Well, they're going to start filming, and we'll all know." And they've clearly filmed a shit ton.
The only thing I read was like, "Hey, why isn't Maggie in any of these new trailers and everything?" So now people think it's Maggie that dies.
But there's nothing confirmed, which we all thght there would be,
right.
Which is why
there technically is, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but it's been kind of confirmed.
No, it hasn't. I was looking for it before the show.
Well, you want me to tell you?
I'm
just going to say this, that there's 2 characters that have not been on the sets, and there's people on the sets like taking photos and stuff. Either they're really well hidden, or there's 2 characters that have not been on the set since the first episode was filmed. Ooh. And that they're almost done filming. So there's 2 characters that have not been seen since the first one, and they were seen on the first one.
Is this where we make people do earmuffs and we say who they are?
Nah, dude. I'm not going to do that.
I want to know
I
want to know what you think it is.
Yeah, I don't
care.
It's Glenn and Ginger Pie.
Oh,
Abraham. Since the filming of this episode.
Not surprised.
See, I think they're just doing a good job of hiding it. They're like disguising people as they're transporting them to different sets, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I think they're just being really good. But
yeah, I know. But I'm just reporting what I saw, dude. And people have said that they've physically seen the other characters. So I mean, they're not doing a good job of transporting those guys.
Well,
or they could just. Or Glenn survives, and then he's all of a sudden like, "Hey guys, I'm just gonna go on this adventure," and that's why he hasn't been seen, because he goes on his own spin-off show. Glenn Survives the Dead, starting next July.
Well, I'm just gonna be very curious if we can make it all the way to that show. How you guys will feel about the
my official guess, from my opinion, is that it's Sasha that gets killed.
Not impactful enough.
How lackluster would that be?
Yeah, you need to go big.
I'm going with Maggie.
We're doing this? We're doing predictions again? I'm going to go with... Who did I say last time?
We got nothing in Fear the Walking Dead, so let's...
Hey, this is already more interesting than the episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, no joke. I'm like all in on this. I still think Daryl's going down, dude.
No way.
Daryl's dying. He's doing that
show.
Fucking tractor show that Sweetener loves, dude. Daryl's dead.
Tractor? It's a motorcycle show.
Whatever.
Same. All right. Until next week for Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe we'll have more Walking Dead predictions next week. We'll see.
Maggie and her baby.
They said deaths, plural.
Maggie and her baby in one swing.
They all gonna die. All right.
It's gonna be. Hey, we're gonna get robbed. It's gonna be fucking Abraham because he too cheated death.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Abe. That's what I was talking about. Ginger pie.
Same thing.
So we're back in comic book world, and Han Solo #3 we are on. As everyone was about to get arrested as we ended last issue, just a little refresher. But luckily, the race is back on, as the officials of the race kind of threaten the Empire today. We're gonna take your gas or whatever they're threatening. Well, either way, it's back on. I think everyone knew it was going to go back on.
And the Empire was like, not our gas. How dare you? I was like, what the hell?
I've never seen them strong like that.
I'm thinking, and the thing that I was thinking about when I was like reading that, and dude, this is me just being a nitpicky bitch, right?
Oh yeah.
So we have nuclear-powered submarines that can go 70 years without having to refuel. The only reason they have to refuel is they have to get provisions, food, etc., etc. How are these Star Destroyers running on fuel?
Dude, it's a totally different chemical, man. They ain't running off of nukes. They're running off of something different that we don't know about.
And galaxy far, far away. I don't know.
Yeah. Star Trek, dude, they had the warp core.
That is true. Hey, you're the Star Wars aficionado, man. You're supposed to answer this.
Yeah, you tell us why this thing is.
Yeah, you tell me how they fucking do it.
That's what I was thinking about, man. And then I originally thought about it when Tris and I were watching Rebels, yeah, with the fucking sea whales flying around.
The whales fuel them up. Yeah. They're super sperm. That's what happens.
Oh, these spaceships are powered by sperm? That is really weird.
Hey, it's a secret ingredient. Right?
Check out the new Kia Hybrid powered by sperm.
Get that commercial in prime time.
Oh man, where did we just go? Anyways, back to the race. I don't trust that lady that's kind of nice to Han and that she's the last of her species.
And she gave him the light orb, just happened to choose him? I think so.
Yeah, those light orbs are really strange too. I didn't like those either.
Yeah, they were weird, and it's like, how are they going to get killed by a blaster? They're light.
White babies!
And the fact that they wasted like an entire page of like, no, don't shoot the light orb things, please, they're alive. They dedicated an entire page to that, by the way.
Yeah.
To build up the excitement of Solo coming in there for the save. That's why, dude. You didn't see that coming, did you? You didn't think Solo would put his life on the line for a couple of little floating glowy orbs?
Yeah.
Overall, I thought this issue was like a quick read. I mean, I think I was in and out of this in like 15 minutes. This whole comic. I don't know. It wasn't as fun and exciting as the first two that we've read. And we've obviously are finding out, like, who do we think the traitor can be? Is it going to be Princess Leia? Probably not. But
is it going to be
like
Chewie?
the most? Yeah. The most exciting thing was like the last page, dude. When it's like, so this isn't who Han needed to pick up, right? And my question was, who was that guy?
I have no idea. I'm guessing it's a new character that had some past history with Chewie. Since they said, hey, I've got a score to settle with you. The design of the character is interesting. It's like
he's
some
like
sort of cat species. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, it was a white tiger.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that whole thing was really weird.
Yeah, this was I mean, we learned a lot about like the whole thing about the spies and all that stuff. But overall, like there was very little race other than the guy paid him back, blasting him with a grappling hook, you know, making sure that Han doesn't go below the speed limit. But yeah, other than that, it was like kind of an exciting issue.
The thing I like about this comic or this series and specifically is that as I'm reading the words off the page, in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is Harrison Ford." I can hear Harrison Ford's voice, like as Han Solo and everything.
Yeah.
It just works, and they do a good job of incorporating, like as far as the art style, just general ways that Han Solo and Chewie would act. They don't go too far from the left or right. Like they kind of nail that side of things.
It was kind of interesting because we kind of get a feeling for that Han is starting to realize like what Leia means to him, you know, because he's like, before I just worried about myself, but now it's, you know, I've got something else I got to worry about too.
Yeah, it's definitely doing a good job of showing Han growing up instead of just being that smuggler that only cares about himself. Like they're showing like what Han is eventually going to turn into, that where we saw him even way into the future with Episode 7, where he is then.
Papa Solo, dude.
Papa.
Daddy Solo, dude.
Daddy's.
Yeah, he's gonna be a father of one of those orbs.
Maybe that's where his kid comes from.
Yep, the orb.
And
Whoa.
I did think it was kind of cool that those orbs saved his life.
Yeah.
Or not really saved his life, they just really destroyed the cameras. I don't really know what I'm saying.
I mean, same thing. It took those things out, but I don't know. This felt really samey to what we read the previous one, if you ask me. If you took those lights out, it would be almost the exact same issue. Yeah. Have some trouble, go on a little bit of a race, and then have like this weird, shocking conclusion that's going to make me turn in. It was kind of like a terrible.
This is just a miniseries, so yeah, we're right in the middle where they're trying to transition towards the back end of the story and who the informant is and everything, and yeah, it's gonna be a quick story.
Who's the tiger? Is that a character from the lore?
New character.
We're trying to figure out.
New character, okay. I don't know the lore, so I'm just making sure that, you know, I wasn't supposed to be like, no way, I can't believe he's here.
Oh my god, Tiger Man 2000's back.
Dude, I've been waiting forever. Hope he gets his own comic. Alright. Just making sure.
No, you're good.
Alright, so if you guys are scoring this issue of Han Solo #3, where are you guys at?
3. I'm going to give it a 3. I thought it was a good read, decent read, you know, nothing mind-blowing, nothing horrible. It was good. Some of the art was pretty cool, too. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it just wasn't, I don't know, I just wish there was a little bit more to it, but it was good continuing the story. Give it a 3. Go read it.
3. I liked the race in the beginning, but now I'm over the race. I liked it the first 2 issues. I thought it was really cool and exciting, and then here we go again, and I was like, am I reading the wrong book? And I was like, whoa, no, there's glowing balls in this one, so that's new. And then when you throw the Tiger Man out at the end, I was just like, what the fuck? That does not... It didn't look like it belonged in Star Wars. It was just like some weird character.
He did not look like a Star Wars character.
It looked like something from He-Man. Yeah, it was just like, so weird.
Like Battle Cat's brother, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of He-Man, later on in the show, we need to talk about Son of Zorn.
Oh, I didn't get to watch that, but I do.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, though.
Trailer.
I'll give it a 3. It wasn't horrific. It wasn't great. some better story development towards the end of the issue. The tiger is going to keep White Tiger is going to keep my interest peaked. And for me, it's really not necessarily so much about the race anymore. It's really more about finding out who the guy is. That's where my head's wrapped around.
I'm at a 4 for this issue. As I said, there are some things that, like, oh yeah, this is a perfect like side Star Wars story. It worked on many levels. The story needs some work as far as who that informant is and who's the traitor and everything. But yeah, I think overall I kind of enjoyed this issue and look forward to the back issues as this miniseries wraps up. As focusing on just the racing dynamic of it, when Han latched on to that guy's ship as his ship was deaccelerating. I like that part.
That was pretty
classic cool. Han Solo move.
Yeah,
classic.
Classic. Got another few more weeks until issue number 4 comes up, but once it does come up, we'll be back to talk about it. And talking news, we do have a lot of DC adaptation news, as our favorite guy, Greg Berlanti, is bringing the reins on another comic book adaptation TV series. This time around, Black Lightning, a DC character. It's currently being developed for Fox. Not sure if you guys know a ton about Black Lightning. He was in the Justice League for a brief period. I don't know why they're totally going on this guy, because I feel like there's probably other characters they could do more work with.
This is what I'm thinking happens. Berlanti is in a giant fucking throne, and there's about 700 people every morning that wait in a single file line to enter his throne room, and they give him an idea, and then he says yes, or he says no, and they move along. Like, I seriously feel like this guy just sits in a room, and people just come to him with ideas, and he either okays it or doesn't. Like, it's insane how much this guy puts out there, and how much weird shit he does, too.
I was wondering if he just took, like, the DC encyclopedia, and just, like, threw it up, and then like whatever it landed, I was like, that's a show I'm making. And then CW was like, awesome, do it. We don't give a shit.
Black Lightning.
Yeah, Black
Lightning. I mean,
he's
not. Black Lightning isn't a terrible character, but I mean, none of you guys know who he is.
No, he's pretty generic. I looked him up afterwards. He's like pretty generic. Just like, is he like a Flash knockoff or something?
No, he's just kind of like a badass kind of guy.
Okay.
If they do like a Warriors, like the Warriors movie style with this character, and like give him that kind of vibe, dude, and do a show like that kind of style and give him electricity, I think we could be onto something, man. Hey, what's up, all you boppers? I'm Black Lightning.
I feel like this is
don't
something
think that's the direction they're going to go with.
Only going to make it one season, and then it's going to get canceled, most likely. But we'll see. Maybe the guys that are
and it's like, I just have a hard time, Fox. It's like Fox's bread and butter is like crime dramas. So let's see a comic.
Maybe that's what they're gonna spin this as, since they turn everything into like a cop show.
Every superhero is a cop show, dude. It's out of control.
Easy, low budget, super easy, dude. That's why you got to go with it. Just
let's see. Maybe the series could be good. We don't want to totally discredit it, because maybe these writers behind it could cook up something good. But I think it's gonna be a Hail Mary. Really.
It's gonna be
shit. Well, it's a throwback, dude. His debut was in 1977, dude. First African-American superhero that was a major player.
Huh.
Facts, dude. I mean, there's reasons behind it.
I mean, he's got some history behind him then, so maybe you could pull something off. Good luck, Berlanti.
And then jumping into the movie side of things for DC, it's been confirmed that Joe Manganiello is going to be Deathstroke in the solo Batman movie. We saw the Ben Affleck post where it showed video of Deathstroke. And it's official that he is going to be Deathstroke. It was rumored for a while that he was going to be casted in that role. If you guys aren't totally familiar with him, he was on True Blood. That's where
he was in the new Pee-wee movie.
Was he? Okay.
Magic Mike.
Oh, nothing good.
And he was actually in the very first Spider-Man as Flash Thompson in a very small role. And he was much smaller back then, too. In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
So does this do anything for you guys? Excited or not excited? I don't really give a
I'm excited for Deathstroke to be in there. Because this is something different that they're doing in a Batman movie. A solo Batman movie where they're doing a new character excites me. Instead of like the same rehash over, let's just throw Joker in there again. Let's redo Two-Face, things like that.
I guess I'm not excited because I feel like I've seen Deathstroke recently.
Where'd you see him?
Deadpool?
No.
Was he an Arrow?
Arrow?
He was an Arrow, yes.
Yeah, and then it left a sour taste in my mouth that will not exit, and this movie will only further push it into...
Or if you were playing Injustice or Arkham, which Arkham game was he in? Arkham City, maybe?
City, I think.
I mean, maybe they could have taken someone who wasn't, so popular. Maybe. And brought up a young gun, dude,
Yeah,
I trust in Affleck's writing and directing abilities.
I feel like you don't think it's going to be like they did with the last Batman, and it's going to be similar to Bane. I feel like it's going to go similar style of Bane, where he wants to control the government. And
was it last week we were talking Deathstroke, or was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was last week. We're talking.
Yeah, it was last week.
I mean, he's like Batman, but he's a little bit even more planned out, and he's crazy since he's experimented on his brain and everything, and he has these. He utilizes more of his brain, so it'll be interesting.
Also, the inclusion of Deathstroke only means one thing. There's going to be another fucking villain. I just don't think Deathstroke is the villain to hold up the whole show, which is kind of annoying.
You always have to have 3 villains these days.
No shit.
Because you got 2.5 hours.
So who's Deathstroke's handler?
Yeah, Deathstroke is Deathstroke. I mean...
Joker.
People have tried to...
Who unleashes Deathstroke or controls him or sends him on the mission? Somebody fucking does, dude. Don't tell me different. It's not Deathstroke.
In the movieverse, they probably will have a handler. Whether that's Darkseid or something, I don't know. I guess.
No Darkseid.
Or in some way, he's being controlled by Lex Luthor, something like that. Or he got hired by Lex Luthor for something.
No.
Maybe they can
he's a gun for hire. He's a mercenary, so... That's not totally a crazy thing for him to do.
They could bring in Bamboo Monkey from the Monkey Fist Cult.
Wow, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
What?
They could do
Shoot
that.
me a link.
He gained honor from defeating Connor Hawk, dude. Don't know your DC universe, man.
Yeah, know my DC monkeys, man. What the fuck?
Know your DC Wikipedia.
Would it be cool if they brought in Black Beetle?
No. Didn't we just have a Blue Beetle in something and we didn't like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no Beatles.
More DC movie news as a casting announcement's been made. We know the Henry Allen on the Flash TV series, but in the movie side of things, Billy Crudup, who played Dr. Manhattan in another Zack Snyder movie, Watchmen. Snyder's producing Flash, not directing, but Billy Crudup is going to be Henry Allen in the Flash movie. Any excitement over that?
No.
No? Nothing?
Should I be? Are you excited about that? If you're not excited about that, we're definitely not excited about that.
He was cool as Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen. A little too far with what they did with the character there, but...
Was he the guy with the giant wiener?
Yeah, he was a dong, man.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Billy Dong Crudup?
He's a very impressive human being.
That's what he's known as, I guess. Yep. So look for that in the Flash movie. Hopefully he's got pants on.
Has he been up to anything lately, or just TV shows?
I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
Yeah, so this is good for him, man.
I just remember
I bet he's excited.
He's fucking jacked up, dude.
I read something that...
Almost famous.
Oh yeah, he was in there too.
It was many years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't a long time ago.
I saw something where...
got a small part anyway, so I think it'll be good.
Well, unless they base the movie around Henry Allen killing Nora Allen and being falsely imprisoned like they did in the TV series.
They should have actually just got the guy from the TV series to do it. Just let him do everything with the Flash's dad.
Oh.
Just fuck it.
He was the original Flash on the TV series.
Give him some
I hope they don't do a fucking origin story, but I'm sure we will get one.
I don't know. We might not, but you never know.
Might be a slight twist.
We'll get a flashback or something.
Some regard.
We've already seen him. We've already seen him twice. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose.
And in another DC movie, Justice League, Zack Snyder shared a photo of what Batman's going to be wearing in the
I
Justice
feel like
League.
that's just one costume, right?
Yeah, it's going to be one of his costumes, and he's phrasing it a tactical bat suit, as he's got some goggles or shades of some variety, but he looks just like Night Owl from Watchmen.
Yeah.
Once you deep dive on those shades, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, the shades are really the only kind of like part that looks similar.
Otherwise, it's the base suit with just like some black leather top.
Look at his helmet, dude. It looks almost exactly like it, only it's not so profiled out to the side.
But I mean, that's just the shape of Batman's helmet is always.
Yeah, but then look at where the cowl comes down around his throat, too, and it's exactly the same.
I feel like this is a Zack Snyder rehash. Zack Snyder's known for reusing things from his past movies and new movies.
Guys, we're running out of time. Go grab that
cowl, yeah.
And I don't know if that's some sort of Batmobile on the side of him, as it looks like it's about to shoot something.
It looks like it's being shot up.
Yeah. Or it's like a Batwing or something, or a bat boat.
Some sort of bat toy that can be sold as a toy for the kids later, maybe.
I'm fine with it because this snapshot we're seeing is probably going to be literally like 45 seconds tops in the movie.
Probably
He'll have at least 3 other bat suits in the movie, I'm sure.
Yeah. I can't wait to see all the gadgets and gizmos he uses to take down the villains.
Yeah, it's like better talking about this than like the Bat-nipples or all that other bullshit you usually have to talk about. Like this is something else.
It's your boy
Well, at least there are no Bat-nipples. It's one good thing.
I want Bat-nipples as a character on this show.
Dude, something we kind of grazed over. I just want to say that Mr. Sinister, dude, I don't know if you're going to go back to that.
I'm going to go back to it.
Is going to be awesome. I'm super excited for Mr. Sinister. Are you kidding me? This could be probably the best villain this decade.
Really? Why? Are you a big
because
Mr. Sinister fan?
Because he looks super badass, dude, and creepy, and I think it's a weird. Like he looks like a vampire.
Well, with what they did with Apocalypse, I don't know how they're gonna do a Mr. Sinister.
I'm telling you, dude.
They can make this really, really cool if they don't go super over the top with him. If they keep him sort of grounded, I think that could be a totally awesome character.
I don't know. I've never seen a good Wolverine movie, a solo Wolverine movie that was good.
That is also very fucking true.
Well, I mean, Wolverine has been miscast for like 15 years now, so...
The only good thing that might be associated with having Mr. Sinister in this movie is that he likes to fool around with genetics. So maybe this is how they transition to a new Wolverine, possibly X-23, who's currently the Wolverine in the comic books, the clone of Wolverine, she's a girl and everything. Maybe he clones him, and that branches off the new Wolverine franchise, possibly, since he's kind of obsessed with mutant genetics, and that's kind of his thing.
I picture Mr. Sinister along the lines of something they did in like one of the Spawn movies, where he's like kind of like a mix of CG and like, I don't know, big giant cape and like real dark and evil and, I don't know, majestic. I think it could be pretty sweet. There was a fan film called Spawn the Recall that had a really cool looking Spawn, but you know, that I picture. But anyways,
I mean, Bryan Singer is still heavily involved in the X-Men universe. He's not directing this Wolverine movie, but he's definitely heavily involved. So I don't totally trust what's going to happen.
It's going to be a turd.
I mean, X-Men Apocalypse wasn't really well received. I still haven't even seen it. I'm too scared to see it. I don't know how bad it might be.
That Quicksilver scene is that his name, Quicksilver? Is worth the price of admission.
Oh, that's my favorite scene in movies.
Best scene of the year by far. It was so good. I was like totally like, whoa. Glad I went to see this in the theater.
Because you didn't expect it, dude. I didn't see it.
The rest of the movie was like kind of garbage, and it's just like, wow, why is this in here?
Yeah.
Surprise. And one last casting announcement. Fear the Walking Dead, Chris, who wasn't in this week's episode, but the actor Lorenzo James Henry, who plays Chris in Fear the Walking Dead, is going to play Gabe, brother of Robbie Reyes, who is Ghost Rider on this new season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. starts next week. Any of you guys excited for this?
No.
Ghost Rider? Now I am.
I wasn't going to have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the docket for Adapted, but if anyone watches, we can always drop
I'll always watch, but it just hasn't been worth talking about for so long.
I'm not excited for Ghost Rider in any capacity, so...
It's like, why could they not get Nicolas Cage in here? There's like no reason why he couldn't do this.
It's a different character. Robbie Reyes is a different Ghost Rider.
Who cares? Go all in.
Have you guys seen the Ghost Rider character?
Yeah.
It looks like a scarecrow with a flaming head, dude. It's awful.
Yeah, that's what he is. That's what he is.
Yeah, but it's a terrible version of him.
It's
a made-for-TV version of Ghost Rider.
Ugh, dude, just stop trying to do
They couldn't afford Nick Cage for the TV series.
Yeah. Or they couldn't just go to like fucking Walgreens and buy like an orange pumpkin head and a trench coat. That's pretty much what they did here.
Could always do that. All right, that's it for the news, and that's it for this week's episode of Adapted number 93. Join us next week for number 94, as we've got another episode of Fear the Walking Dead. We've got more Batman for you next week as the season premiere of Gotham. Buckle up for that one.
It's pretty good.
We've got All-Star Batman number 2 to talk about, the comic book that came out this week. We'll talk about it next week. Stay on all our live streaming services right now. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. But stay on for our next podcast, The Block Party, as we'll talk a little bit video games for the week, maybe a little bit of Overwatch as we.
I'm excited! Someone finally.
I saw that there could be a real life Titanfall, dude, being developed. Sent you guys the link.
Let's do it. Do it.
I'd drive it.
I'm in.
350 horsepower.
We should do Son of Zorn next week.
Let's do it.
Did anybody watch it?
I watched it.
I have it on
fucking
DVR.
Hilarious, dude.
I watched a little featurette like a couple months ago when they teased it for like 6 minutes, and I thought it was pretty
trailer.
It's stupid and good.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Is it better than Archer?
I don't like Archer, and so I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, really?
Archer hasn't hit with me.
Why don't we just talk about it on the block party later? Who cares?
All right, fuck.
Yeah,
well, because it's a comic book turned into a live action.
Tristan clearly doesn't want it on this show. He was like, "Get this trash out of here."
That's not a comic book. What do you mean?
It's cartoon and movie, TV, live action. I don't know. It's TV.
It falls into this realm.
It's television.
Fuck it. It's not
adapted. I mean, we've reviewed Arrow on this show multiple times, so like, what's the worst that can happen?
From a comic book. All right. Well, join us next week on Adapted. Don't forget to subscribe on all our social media accounts. Allerton Ave live on YouTube. Allerton Ave on Twitch. Allerton Ave live also on Facebook.
Yes. You got it. Nailed it.
So hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time. For myself, Tristan, Jason, Sweeter, and Chad, adios.
Peace out, everybody.
Later, dudes.